Alright, let's see how to do these problems. We will take a look here. Here it says simplify your answer, or simplify. Your answer should contain only positive exponents. So here we're multiplying. When we multiply variables, we add their exponents. So on the side here I have first I have 1 times 4 is 4. And I have x cubed and x to the negative 2. That's 3 plus negative 2. That equals positive 1. So I have x to the 1. And then y squared and y squared, that's 2 plus 2. So that's y to the 4th. And that looks like C, that one. So that's how you do this. Remember? Remember? Do you remember? Here it's just 3 times 1. That's just 3. X to the 4th. We add the exponents. That's x to the 8th. Negative 4 and negative 4. If we do negative 4 plus negative 4, that's negative 8. So we have y to the negative 8. Y to the negative 8. Anytime we have a negative exponent, we need to bring it down. So then this goes to 3x to the 8th over y to the 8th. Where's that? 3x to the 8th over y to the 8th. There we go. That's B. Number 3 is not multiple choice. Number 3 you just have to try on your own. We have 4 times 2. So we're multiplying there. They're just regular coefficients. You multiply the coefficients, you add exponents. So here we have 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Negative 3 and negative 2, we're adding those. So negative 3 plus negative 2, that's negative 5. We're adding. So that's x to the negative 5. And then 3 plus negative 3. 3 plus negative 3, that's 0. So we have y to the 0. Remember, this is just 1, right? So it's 8x to the negative 5 times 1. Anytime we have a negative exponent, though, that goes to the bottom. So it's 8x to the 5. This times 1, 8 times 1 is still just 8. So that is our answer. 8 over x to the 5th. We're moving right along, man. It's pretty easy. So what's number 4? What is that? Ooh, yeah, it's division. Remember, when we divide, we're supposed to subtract the exponents. So here, the x squared, nothing happens to it. X squared. The 2, usually if we had like 4 over 2, we would reduce that. If we had 1 over 2, then we'd have 1 over 2 there. And which we do. We have 1 over 2. Right? The 2 stays. This 2 stays. So then, now we need the y's. That's just negative 3 minus negative 2. Remember, it's negative 3 minus negative 2. That's how we can think of it. And that's just, that's just negative 1. So we have y to the negative 1, and that means we bring it down. X squared, y to the 1, and there's the 2 in front. And that's the answer there. Pretty simple. Moving on to the next one, it's multiple choice. So here, this is what I'm talking about. When we're dividing, we have to reduce these. 2 over 2, 2 over 2, divide by 2, that's just 1, right? Or 1 over 1, which is just 1. So that just goes to 1. We have 1 and 1, that's fine. M to the 4th over m to the 4th. That's 4 minus 4 is 0. So m to the 0, remember that will go away. This goes to 1. I'll get rid of that in a little bit. 4 minus 2, that's just n squared. So really, our answer is just n squared. That one, right? Because this goes to 1, and 1 times 1 divided by 1 is still just 1. We don't have to write it. So far, so good. We're rolling right along. We're halfway done. Almost halfway done. Here, well, we have 2 and nothing on the bottom, so that stays in the top. And 4 minus negative 1. So let's see. 4 minus negative 1. That's adding, that's a 5. So we have x to the 5th. And then negative 4 minus negative 3 minus negative, don't forget minus negative 3. And that will be a negative 1. So we have y to the negative 1. And it looks like this has to go down to the bottom because it has a negative exponent. So we have 2x to the 5th over y to the 1, or just y. There it is. Moving right along. Oh, I don't have the next part. Write each number in scientific notation. Remember, scientific notation means we want one number in front of the decimal, and the decimal, and then all the rest of the numbers behind it. So here, the decimal is right there. We need to move it this way. So let's do that. So we get 3.3, always, 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 times 10 to the, and we want to move it back to get to that. So then it's 10 to the 1. There we go. And that's it. Let's move on to this one. Remember, to write it in scientific notation, I want the decimal to be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7.2. And I would move it to the left, so we have to do times 10 to the negative 5. That's your answer. This was my answer over here. Anytime we're moving it to the left, we have a negative. Anytime we're moving it to the right, we have a positive. And there we go for that. Write each number in standard notation. Standard notation just means you move it to the right, 1, so that means move it over. So this is 96.0, or just 96. Just say 96. Yeah?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. So we have this one is negative. That means move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many zeros is that? Well, I'll do it here. 3.9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. And there goes that decimal. So we have 0.1234339. That's in standard notation. Remember, negatives mean move it to the left. And there you go. We'll stop this video and I'll continue this on in the next one.